Welcome to one of the most beautiful settings in college football, LaVell Edwards Stadium at the foot of the Wasatch Mountains in Provo, Utah, where BYU takes on number 24 USC. The Cougars looking to knock off another Power 5 foe after dispensing of Tennessee and come from behind fashion in Knoxville next week. Dave Pasch, Greg McElroy, and Tom Luganville with you. It will not be an easy task, though, for BYU because USC, Greg, is coming off one of its best offensive performances in years. They look to repeat it today with a true freshman quarterback at the helm.
Kedon Slovis last week didn't look like his first college start. He was so in control throughout the course of the entire game and really finished on a high note. He completed his last 10 passes against the Cardinal. Very accurate with the football. Got the ball out of his hands quickly. And I know he's a freshman, but he's clearly very comfortable in new offensive coordinator Graham Harrell's system, this new air raid attack that they're trying to unleash out of Los Angeles.
5 years for Clay Helton, 4 full seasons, 2 interim stints. Turned over the offense to Graham Harrell in the offseason. Kalani Sitake with that win last week. Got above 500, the former fullback for the Cougars, in his 4th year as the head coach here in Provo. BYU won the toss and deferred, so USC will get the ball first. Velus Jones, who in week 1 had a kick return for a touchdown, is the deep man. Skylar Southam to kick it deep. Returnable for Jones from his 4-yard line. And he's out to about the 26. Second start for true freshman Kedon Slovis at quarterback after JT Daniels was injured in the opener. Kurt Warner was Slovis's high school offensive coordinator. Then Slovis last week became the 5th true freshman quarterback to start for SC. And in that game he was outstanding. In fact, he set a passing record for his first career start as a true freshman, 83% completion percentage. Graduated high school early, enrolled at USC in the spring. And Slovis to the air on first down, a long pass to Pittman. And Pittman is brought down after a gain of 9 in the play.
And Kedon Slovis, he wasn't real highly recruited, but I think people caught onto him late in the process. He's very accurate, gets the ball out of his hands quickly, and has been extremely well coached. You mentioned Kurt Warner. He's worked with him, and it shows. He gets the ball out of his hands, he anticipates, and you can see part of Kurt Warner's game kind of translating to Kedon Slovis with the way he anticipates throws and is really accurate on the underneath passing attack.
And Greg, I'll tell you, one of the things that stood out to me is this guy beat out 2 upperclassmen to earn the number 2 spot. His work ethic and his knowledge of the game for such a young player is what catapulted him to this moment right here.
Keenan Peely was the injured Cougar, and Peyton Wilgar checks in for him after a 9-yard gain for USC on the first play from scrimmage. Another pass play here. Slovis setting up, and another on-target throw for a first down to Vaughns. Stacked up in midfield. It's a 16-yard pickup and a first down.
And Kedon Slovis is fearless. He didn't play on a great high school team, so he's used to taking some hits. He delivers the ball accurately in the window under duress. And this is the type of throw that he made look so routine, but that's a difficult throw to anticipate in a window early in the ball game.
Leads the country in completion percentage coming in. He's going to hand it off here to Malapei. Turns it upfield and gets to the 45-yard line. 5-yard pickup for Vavai Malapei, who's got 3 rushing touchdowns already this year.
He's a difference maker. And you always thought that Stephen Carr, the guy who's the other head in this 2-headed rushing attack, you always thought he would be the go-to guy. But Malapei has certainly shown a level of comfort within this offense that Graham Harrell really likes to see out of his running back.
Off play action, Slovis pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. Tonga got a hand up for BYU. It's 3rd down.
And you're going to see Tonga just right in the middle because of this offense's quick strike attack. it's highly unlikely that BYU is going to be able to consistently rush the passer. So what do? As a defensive lineman, you throw your hands up and you try to deflect as many passes as possible. Expect to see that a lot from the Cougars defense today.
That ends a stretch of 12 consecutive completions for Slovis going back to the Stanford game. Looks to get another streak going here as he swings it up for first down to Malapei. Made that first guy miss. Malik Moore eventually got him down, but it's a 10-yard pickup.
Tell you, Greg, that's where these backs can be so dangerous, and it was a fear for BYU on defense. They can't get caught in space, and if they do, they have to make the tackle. That's what makes these backs special. They're not just runners, they're playmakers on the perimeter.
Yeah, you get to your best ball carrier in space, the chances of him making a guy miss very, very high.
They keep it on the ground here. Malapei and a ton of running room as that offensive line leaning on BYU early on. It's a gain of 6 on the play. That line is led by left tackle Austin Jackson, who's just getting back to 100% after donating bone marrow to a sister who has a rare form of anemia. We'll get into that a little bit more later, but it's a young group for the most part up front. We do have a grad transfer at right tackle in Drew Richmond from Tennessee. The 3 sophomores in the starting 5. Play fake here. Slovis setting up. And Pittman able to make the catch. A first down to the 20-yard line.
It's just so impressive to watch Kedon Slovis get through his progressions. I mean, he just goes 1 to 2 to 3. Doesn't waste time. Doesn't hang on guys down the field. It's amazing also to watch these wide receivers uncover as consistently as they've had throughout the first couple games of the season. This offense, I know it's new, and Graham Harrell taking on a big job, but man, they are certainly in sync early in the season.
Another pass play. Slovis long throw, a diving attempt, and it's a catch for Vaughn's right at the first down marker. Keep in mind this BYU defense has only given up 140 passing yards a game.
Great effort by Bonds on the speed out. Good anticipation. Low and away. An excellent catch by the redshirt junior.
Looks like that should have been a first down too, based on where he landed when he had possession, but it's 2nd and 1.
And short yardage, usually expect USC to hand it off in a situation like this.
They will with Carr with the tight end blocking, and it's a first down. Got that rather easily. 1st and goal for USC, and a very impressive opening drive for the Trojans.
Greg, this offensive line has been a much maligned group over the last couple of years, but I believe it's Graham Harrell's scheme that by spreading people thin horizontally, it's helped open up this running game in ways that they didn't have access to before. And I think it's taken some pressure off the offensive line because it can use those backs now in space.
10th play of this drive, Tom. 1st and goal on the 7. Slovis with time and wide open in the end zone is Pittman. Touchdown. The Trojans make it look easy through the air on that opening drive. Ten-play, 74-yard drive where you had really only one negative play, and that was the batted ball at the line of scrimmage by Kairos Tonga. Chase McGrath on for the point after. And it's good. It's interesting. One official signaled that it was good, the other didn't, but it's 7-0 USC. Only one incompletion on that drive. That was the batted ball. So you go back to the end of the Stanford game, and this kid is rolling. Stadhouse kicking it deep. This will be a touchback, and BYU will start on its 25-yard line. Well, last year Zach Wilson started as a true freshman for BYU, so the 19-year-old started the first 2 games of the season, and the first game of the year was against the team he grew up rooting for, Utah. He played his high school ball about 20 miles south of Salt Lake City at Corner Canyon High School in Draper, Utah. He's the youngest quarterback to start a game in BYU history. Last year, 19 years, 2 months old, and a win against Hawaii in October. Through 2 pick sixes in the first game against Utah, but got hot down the stretch against Tennessee. They'll run the ball here and get a first down with Tyson Williams, who had the game-winning touchdown in double overtime in Knoxville a week ago.
Zach Wilson, if you never watched him, his game might resemble Johnny Manziel a little bit. I mean, he's quick, very good in tight spaces, accurate, and really savvy. Has a good feel for the position, has delivered on some big moments early in the season.
He'll throw here, taking a shot, got a receiver, but he overthrew it. Micah Simon, who had the 64-yard miracle reception to set up the game-tying field goal in regulation last week, was the intended receiver.
Yeah, Micah Simon has really emerged these last couple weeks. Just a straight-up go route, a 9 route early in the game, but clearly the adrenaline for Zach Wilson rolling a little bit as he overthrows his speedy wide receiver. It's not uncommon to see deep balls overthrown early in the game because you're all fired up at quarterback.
They fake that jet sweep. Wilson keeps it. What a juke on the defensive lineman, Drake Jackson. They eventually get Wilson out of bounds. He doesn't like getting shoved there by Polamalu, so he pushes back.
This is the short area quickness that you love to see, but how about the end of the play? I mean, this kid is a competitor. You talk to the coaching staff, first word that comes out of their mouth when they describe the way Zach Wilson approaches the game is he's competitive, man. Showing it early with the short area quickness and the nice run.
Now they got a 3rd and 3 here. And Wilson able to find a running lane, but he is brought down short of the line to gain. Tried to make Ote at the end miss, and maybe just could have gone straight ahead and gotten the first down. It's 4th and 1, and looks like BYU will punt.
Well, Zach Smith doing a nice job of taking what the defense gives him there, because SC is coming out playing man defense, and there's nobody to account for the quarterback. So continue to use your legs if you're BYU.
Yeah, just understand how far you need for the first down, because I'm with you, Dave. I think if he goes north and south vertical as opposed to trying to bounce it to the outside, the Cougars are likely looking at a 1st and 10.
Jake Oldroyd, who handles all the punting and kicking duties, boots it away. SC got close to it, over the head of Bonds and into the end zone for a touchback.
When you look at this BYU defense, the space is underneath. It's going to be a quick passing game, I would assume, throughout the course of the game.
Slovis to the air, gets hit and taken down for a sack by Tonga. So Tonga with a batted ball at the line of scrimmage on the first drive, and a sack on drive number 2.
Just a big old bull rush by Tonga. You can see him here. He's engaged with Jalen McKenzie, the right guard, and he just walks him right back into Kedon Slovis's lap. Tough spot for a quarterback when your right guard is engaged and you're getting tackled.
So BYU gets SC a little bit off schedule here, and then St. Brown out in space, knocked out of bounds near the 20-yard line, so close to the original line of scrimmage, but it's going to be 3rd down and long for USC.
And this is what BYU has to do defensively. They have to disrupt the rhythm. They have to get USC off schedule. 3rd and longs.
Slovis gets rid of it quickly. It is juggled, and Wilgar picks it off.
What an amazing effort. With the full extension there by Wilgar. Slovis's eyes takes him right to it. An incredible diving play.
I mean, that's a linebacker.
That's amazing.
Laying out for that. BYU looks to take advantage of the turnover deep in SC territory on the 28-yard line. Zach Wilson, the true sophomore quarterback, going to hand it off. Here comes a fake reverse, and keeping it is Williams to the 5. Dives for the end zone. He hit the pylon, but he stepped out of bounds. But still a beautiful fake by Williams on the reverse, with Hefo coming right behind him.
Really nice play
on the
right
field
here.
as the runner was out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
So Kedon ran the other direction, which left nothing but wide open space for Tyson Williams. Excellent job taking advantage of the aggressiveness that you see from USC's defense and the man coverage early on.
Definitely stepped out of the 2. Here's Williams again, and he gets stacked up, pushing towards the goal line. This is how they won the game against Tennessee, when the offensive line came in and helped Williams, pushing him in the end zone. But they rule forward, progress stopped at the 1. Tyson Williams with 3 touchdowns on the season. The coaches told us they really got a sense of what kind of player he is last week. He's a grad transfer from South Carolina, but didn't get a lot of reps week 1. He was very active last week. We'll see if they give it to him again here on 2nd and goal. They will. He dives for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown, BYU. Oh boy, that knee was down right there, and he looked short.
Yeah, you see that knee. That knee down right there. And there's the ball. There's the tip of the ball. It looks like it's just short.
After review, the runner's left knee was down with the ball at the half-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal, BYU.
They've given it to Tyson Williams on consecutive plays down here on the goal line. Doesn't have his helmet right now, so we'll see what the Cougars do here on 3rd down. Do you do it again, Greg? Do you just try to power that defensive line off the ball, or do you trick it up here?
No, I think knowing that their offensive coordinator, Jeff Grimes, offensive line coach. Their head coach, Kalani Sitake, fullback. I think they're going to run the football. They're likely to pound it up inside, and probably 2 downs to get it.
Well, look, I mean, they've got 3 defensive linemen in there as well. They pitch it, and it's a touchdown for BYU. It ends up being Tyson. Actually, that's the other number 5. That's Skowoliku, a cornerback who is in there at running back getting the touchdown. Williams is on the sideline. They bring in the other number 5 and hand it to him. Well, they have all these defensive linemen, and they're blocking. So they did trick it up, but it was still a run play straight ahead. Oldroyd puts it through. We are tied at 7 midway through the 1st in Provo. We talked with Slovis yesterday and asked him what he expects from this environment. He says, I don't know. I have no idea. I've never played on the road. From Desert Mountain High School in Phoenix. They didn't have a great record there. It'll be Carr on the return for SC. There's a penalty marker down as Carr is wrapped up on the 22-yard line. On the off-play action, Slovis over the middle, another interception, and it's another linebacker. It's Kafusi picking this one off. And he takes it back to the 26-yard line. Back-to-back picks by Slovis.
Watch Kafusi, who's just going to read eyes. I mean, look at his eyes in the back. Watching, feeling. He's got to come back to the outside that he knows Slovis is not going to. So he just slides right underneath the ball being thrown over the middle. That's 2 interceptions now for Kedon Slovis, all because he led defenders right to where he was throwing the football. It's a great start for BYU's defense, giving their offense the short field in each of the last 2 drives.
Here comes another trick play. Jaron Hall, the backup quarterback, hits the starting quarterback, Zach Wilson, and it's 1st and goal.
Just a little reverse play, but you're going to see the starting quarterback, Zach Wilson, just going to slowly work his way out on the quarterback wheel, and a really nice throw by Jaron Hall. Love the start so far for BYU's offense. Offensive coordinator Jeff Grimes throwing reverses at him, all kinds of stuff early.
And this is a quarterback draw. Wilson gets back to the line of scrimmage before Naote makes the stop for USC. Let's see how Clancy Pendergast defense responds here, having the short field in consecutive possessions. Can they hold BYU to 3?
Well, Greg, Jeff Grimes, the offensive coordinator, in pregame warm-up, he told me, he goes, I think our guys feel good. I think we feel loose. And I'm going to turn them loose today because I feel really good about our plan. I think our kids are going to execute it. Field position doesn't hurt either.
They've been really tough to predict so far with reverses and inside zones, all kinds of stuff.
And here's a jet sweep to Hefo. I see not fooled. Hefo, though, able to break an initial tackle. He gets pushed back around the 5. So it'll be 3rd down and goal from there.
Big opportunity here for USC. After the big play on 1st down, to hold BYU to a field goal would be enormous. If I'm Zach Wilson, in this part of the field, always thinking about where do I find the best matchup. The best matchup, if SC is in man coverage, which they've been a majority of the night tonight, is with Matt Bushman, number 89, their tight end.
It's a roll out to the left and a throw to the end zone. High, intended for Dax Milne, who's only got 2 catches on the year, and he could not come down with it. It's 4th down.
Moving the pocket and capturing the edge, trying to create an isolated situation for Milne on the front pylon comeback. Ball just a little bit high for the receiver to bring it down, but a good design and good execution. Just need to be a little more accurate on the throw, and he got 6.
Oldroyd hasn't missed yet this year. 3 of 3 last week, 2 of 2 against Utah. 23-yard try here. It's good. And so the Cougars take the lead late in the 1st quarter. 150 years of college football celebrated here at BYU. Incredible history. A national championship 35 years ago. Our colleague Trevor Manich, a part of that team. Bayless Jones and Stephen Carr are deep for USC. 10 points off 2 straight turnovers by the Trojans. And Carr elects to return it. And that was a poor choice. Brought down at the 12-yard line. Last time they were here, USC, they were ranked number 1, and they won at BYU 42-10, but that was 15 years ago, where you had a veteran quarterback then in Matt Leinart. You have a true freshman, Kedon Slovis, making his first road start. And this possession starts on the 13-yard line. Malapaya gets the carry and doesn't get anything. Checking now with a 3rd member of our crew, Tom Luganville.
Well, guys, just watching Kedon Slovis on the sideline right there, his teammates, he's very calm, very poised. I think with young quarterbacks, you got to manage their emotions. His teammates, both offensively and defensively, along with Clay Helton, just coming up and saying, hey, we got this. Throw it to our football team. Now, they're backed up. They've got the student section right here, and it is gnarly down here right now. Bad field position and turnovers, not the way you want to start out a road game.
Slovis's pass here on the money to Pittman out near the 20-yard line. Had a chance to speak with Slovis's high school coach Kurt Warner at length this week, and one of the things he said that he loves about Slovis is his ability to bounce back. He doesn't get too upset when he makes a mistake, just brushes it off and goes on to the next series.
Yeah, that's the sign of a true champion, a quarterback, a guy that stays level with his emotions throughout. It's a good bounce back on that throw, the out route to the left, very accurate. Best throw he's made since the first drive of the game.
On 3rd and 3, Slovis now forced out of the pocket and dumps it off for a 1st down to Malapaya. A missed tackle allows Malapaya to get some extra yardage out of bounds at the 30 for an 11-yard pickup.
It's a great job by Slovis. Extending the play, nothing there initially. Extending the play, keep your eyes downfield, stay in a passing posture, and deliver it accurately to your running back for the 1st down. Very under control. Those are the plays that we expect from a guy that's played wise beyond his years through the first 2 games of his career.
Straight ahead, Malapaya gets stacked up. Boy, and that first drive, it just looked like USC was cutting through that BYU defense easily, but the Cougars have been much more physical of late. That was a pickup of about 3.
Well, and on the perimeter, too, BYU's gotten a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. There was some more cushion in their coverage in that first drive, allowing for some easy take what the defense gives you throws.
Pass play here on 2nd down and long. Slovis leaving the pocket again. And he's got Coleman Hook, the tight end, wide open. Inside the 10-yard line, and they finally catch up to him around the 5. 59 yards, 1st and goal, Trojans.
Yeah, you're just going to see Coleman Hook just run a little wheel route up the top. See number 5, Diane Kahulaku, leave his post on the perimeter and follow Pittman inside, setting up the nice pitch and catch down the left sideline for a big gain.
Final seconds of the opening quarter, and Slovis, his pass tipped, and it's caught by an offensive lineman, and then they're going to say incomplete. It was almost picked off, and then Jalen McKenzie, the right guard, almost caught
on the field, an incomplete pass, 2nd down.
That ricocheted 3 times before it hit the ground.
Man, another bad decision there by Kedon Slovis. Very fortunate that that ball wasn't intercepted. Tried to go with a little RPO. He pulled it, was unsure, tried to pitch it anyways. You have to be decisive in this part of the field. Things happen too quickly. And if you're late, that's when bad things can really happen.
Wilger tipped it first, and then 2 other Cougars had a chance to pick it off. They do run it. Carr, Wilger's got him, and spun down at the 10-yard line. So only a pickup of 2, and when we start the 2nd quarter, it'll be 3rd and goal for USC. BYU 10, Trojans 7 after 1. Back after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Dave Pasch, Greg McElroy, and Tom Luganbill. In Provo, it's 3rd and goal for USC as we start the 2nd quarter, trailing by 3. Ball on the Cougar 10. Slovis with time, and the pass incomplete to the 4-yard line. It was intended for Vaughns. It's 4th down, and SC will bring on the field goal team.
Tell you what, Tonga is having a heck of a game. This is his 2nd deflection in the passing game, and he was the lead blocker for the most recent touchdown by BYU. He's having a heck of a game there in the middle for this Cougar defense.
Chase McGrath on for a short field goal attempt. And he ties the game at 10. Algier and Katoa are deep for BYU, with Stadhouse kicking off for USC. And it's muffed at the 10-yard line and then picked up by Algier. And he does a pretty good job to get back out to the 25-yard line.
Because when you look at USC up front, no, they're not the pass rushing group that we saw 10, 15 years ago, but they have some guys that are very capable, most notably number 99, Drake Jackson.
Wilson wide open out of the backfield is Tyson Williams, and he's got the 1st down as he lowers the shoulder on a defender. The Trojans lost Williams coming out of the backfield. Gain of 13.
They tried to go with the quarterback spy with both number 91, Brandon Peely, and Hunter Eccles, number 31, and they lost track of who was covering the running back. You see both those guys trying to spy the quarterback. Well, here comes the running back right out the backside, and no one's home. In man coverage, you have to understand where you're at. And when you lose a guy, you're in trouble.
Wilson's pass is caught. Back shoulder throw to Lalu Pututau. And it's another 1st down into USC territory. 14 more yards through the air. Zach Wilson getting in a rhythm.
Nice back shoulder there to a big tight end. You're going to see a lot of man coverage from USC throughout. That's what they do. They feel like they have an athletic advantage against just about everybody they play. So it's to be mano-a-mano throughout.
They're going to run it here, and Asupa's going nowhere. Dragged down to the backfield for a loss by Marlon Tuipulotu.
You know, Greg, you talk about that man coverage for USC. Not only is it man coverage, Clancy Pendergast, the defensive coordinator, told us they're going to get up and press these receivers for BYU. You notice the defenders for SC up close to the line of scrimmage. You got to win some of those battles to get SC to back off. So it was a great back shoulder completion.
Yeah, and they've taken advantage of USC's aggressiveness early. USC started settling on that side of the football.
Wilson with time, and a great catch made for a first down by Micah Simon, who was the hero in Knoxville at the end of regulation last week.
They've been running man, so this time they go with a little 3-deep zone, and the best spot to attack a 3-deep zone is that second level seam area. It's exactly where Micah Simon was, and knew he was about to get hit by that free safety who was lurking. Micah Simon, the hero from last week, picking up right where he left off here today against USC.
And that 64-yard catch with 7 seconds left to set up the game-tying field goal against the Vols. Wilson with a ton of time, hitches, now backs up, pointing, chasing. There's 3 defenders for USC. Wilson still got the ball, and now he just dumps it off to Simon, and he gets about 2 or 3 yards.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Zach Wilson just ran around forever, but he could have cut this loose about 5 or 6 seconds earlier. Watch Simon, who's just hanging out in the right flat, waving at his quarterback all day. I mean, no one within 25 yards of Micah Simon, but Wilson, with his eyes downfield, doesn't see it until very late. If he finds Simon early, there could have been a much bigger play there for BYU.
And he's shaken up. So Simon comes out, 2nd down and 7. A pitch to Williams. Waiting for a hole to open. It doesn't. Brought down at the 30-yard line. Pickup of 2. It'll be 3rd down.
Interesting spot on the field here, too. You have 3rd down and about 5. Clearly here at altitude, Jake Oldroyd, they have a ton of faith in him, but this spot of the field, the way your offense is playing and the way Zach Wilson is playing, this could be 4-down territory.
Oldroyd's a walk on his career long as 43, and right now you're looking at about 48.
Man coverage across the board from SC, all press.
Play fake. Wilson setting up, takes a shot downfield, and oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Dax Milne! Chase Williams was all over the wide receiver Dax Milne, and Zach Wilson with a dime. Who needs 4-down territory or a long field goal? Let's just take a shot in 3rd and 5.
It's a great job of attacking that press coverage from USC. Just a beautiful throw and catch and a great win by Dax Milne out of the slot.
Oldroyd makes it 17-10.
Press coverage, get up in my grill on 3rd and 5. Come on. Let's go. Dax Milne, little slot fade. Right up the numbers and a beautiful throw from his quarterback, Zach Wilson, who's off to a very nice start as his parents celebrate. BYU leads early.
BYU coaches told us yesterday they felt that if they scored 21 points, something that has been hard to do for them this year, that they'd have a chance to win. Well, they already got 17. And we're still early in the 2nd quarter.
They've been very aggressive. They've obviously won the turnover margin. They've won field position, but they have also taken some really nice shots down the field that have made the most of those opportunities.
And SC elects to return it again. Carr gets knocked down around the 23. Alapei getting the carry and out near the 29.
Now, one of the things you love about Kedon Slovis is he's got that gunslinger mentality. Watch where he grips the football. There is no finding the laces with this guy. It's grip it and rip it. Get the ball out of his hand as quick as he can. He rarely has his fingers on the laces. Sometimes he's got his palm on the laces. It's whatever gets him comfortable to get the ball out.
See how he responds after the 2 interceptions. They're going to keep it on the ground with Malapai at a first down. When in doubt, pound the football. This is a new offense. We're used to seeing the pro-style offense for what? Forever at USC, and now it's kind of an air raid with Graham Harrell as the offensive coordinator. But Graham Harrell, like most of the guys that were in Mike Leach's club, have been kicked out because they run the ball too much.
And they've done a great job of simplifying the system for these players. They can play fast, and they take advantage of their athleticism in space.
Slovis rolling out here. Late pressure coming. Slovis hits Malapai out of the backfield. Up to the 45 for a good pickup.
Watch him roll out right here. Look where his hand is on the football. His eyes are downfield. He's not ripping it around in his palm and in his hand trying to get the ball right. That's what I love about this kid. I mean, he's so focused on what's going on downfield, what's going on in front of him. Everything else just happens naturally for him.
No laces on a full boot. You have an eternity to find the laces. He opts not to. I love it.
Back to the ground and Marquis Step, able to slip a tackle as he jumps into the secondary and all the way to the 44-yard line. That's only the 4th carry of the year for the freshman from Indianapolis, but they're very high on him, a 235-pound running back.
And they're going to have to get this running game going a little bit. So far, Slovis has made some nice throws, but some really bad decisions as well. For the most part, they have a favorable box to run it against. BYU, so far, they're focused on the pass, leaving only 5 defenders between the tackles. So therefore, USC has to take advantage of that numbers advantage and create a little balance with their run game.
Slovis zips it to Vaughns, and BYU is all over it. They'll give him positive yardage, gain of about 1. Gallo in coverage along with Criddle that time for BYU.
Now you talk about that run game and how it comes about. You know, they throw the football and they want to throw the football, but they're not dumb about it. If the box is light, they're going to run it. People say, well, why are you running it? Well, the defense is dictating that.
Step stays in the game. Haven't seen Zane Anderson in a while for BYU at safety. They run straight ahead, and Step is inside the 40-yard line. 3rd down coming up for USC.
And they've got to that play, that little wrap with a downhill lead. It's been a good play for him these last couple plays. And honestly, in this spot on the field, you got to be thinking 4 downs. I mean, this is 3rd down, obviously a long field goal. So I wouldn't be shocked to see the exact same play from Graham Harrell, the offensive coordinator. Let's see if they go with that dive to the left or a run inside, knowing they still have another down to get it.
They will run it. And Step behind blockers easily gets the 1st down, takes defenders with him all the way to the 22-yard line for 15 yards.
So they were doing that wrap, a little misdirection to the weak side. This time they go strong, and Josh Fallow leads the way. Nice surge by the right side of that offensive line, and a good job by the tight end, Josh Fallow, getting up to the 2nd level.
Step very productive, and now Malapai back in at running back for USC. And he'll get the call, and he is tripped up. The initial hit made by Thule. Gain of a couple on the play. There's Zane Anderson, very important player. Hurt his shoulder last week. You caught it during the game, and he tried to go early on. Let's see if he returns. On 2nd and 8, SC runs the ball. Malapai knocked down after a gain of only 1 or 2.
Continuing to try to emphasize that run game. BYU's begging them to do it. With how they're aligning defensively, they have about 5.5 guys that are accounting for the run and trying to take away all those lanes in the passing game. But here, on a 3rd down, they're obviously going to have to resort to the air. I wouldn't be shocked, too, to see maybe a shovel pass, too. That's something they've run with some success these first couple weeks against those wide defensive ends. You might have a chance at it.
Slovis looking, now come back to the other side, and a receiver comes free. It's Vaughns who's got it inside the 10. Good protection for Slovis that time up front.
Yeah, just rushing 3 from BYU, dropping 8 in coverage. It's tough to find these windows when there's that many defenders in coverage. Good job of keeping the play alive, and nice job, too, by Tyler Vaughns uncovering, finding some open space.
What a throw.
Beautiful throw.
So 1st and goal on the 5-yard line. Give to Malapai. Touchdown, USC. The 4th of the year for Malapai.
You got to give some love to the offensive line. Watch this double team right at the point and how they are able to walk the defensive end just right into the end zone to open up the opportunities for Malapei. At some point, BYU is going to have to adjust how they're lining up defensively, because with the numbers they are currently putting towards the run game, they're going to have a tough time stopping these running backs in this offensive line.
We're tied again at 17 after the McGrath point after at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter here in Provo. USC ran the ball 8 times on that drive. They had run it 8 times the entire game combined before that possession. So they just pounded BYU. That won't count, but it actually went over the crossbar, it looked like. Touchback. That screen was just not good from the get-go. Kedon on the catch loses yardage, and so now with 1 timeout left, we'll see how BYU handles this backed up inside their own 15. They will have to snap it 1 more time, but that might be it.
Yeah, you got to take it to half. Played well, made some great plays. Need to make a couple adjustments defensively against the run with how you're lining up, but if I'm BYU, kneel on it or hand it off inside. No reason to get too aggressive backed up just a few yards away from your own end zone.
He's going to keep it on the ground here with Katoa, and he's bottled up on what will be the final play of a very entertaining first half in Provo. When we return, Kevin Nagandi, Jonathan Doma, Mark Sanchez will catch you up with everything on the State Farm Halftime Report after this message and a word from our ABC stations. USC trying to stay undefeated, get to 3-0 before hosting Utah on Friday night, tied with BYU as we get ready to start the third quarter here in Provo. With Greg McElroy, Tom Luganville on the field, I'm Dave Pasch. All right, Greg, give me a key for both teams going into the second half.
SC's got to look at themselves and say, hey, we gave them the short field a couple times. Kedon Slovis made a couple of really bad decisions in the passing game, but they got a little bit better as the game went along. And if I'm BYU, I just want to stay aggressive offensively. They've done a great job using misdirection. They've tried to throw the ball down the field and had some effectiveness doing it. If I'm BYU, stick with the plan because it's working extremely well to this point.
This will be a touchback, and the Cougars will start the second half on their 25-yard line. Our Pacific Life game summary. Slovis making his first road start, had the touchdown to Pittman early on, but then back-to-back interceptions. What a great play. Diving pick there. And then Zach Wilson with a deep ball to Milne for a score as BYU put up 17 first-half points after scoring just 9 combined in the first 2 games in the first half.
Zach Wilson's been very accurate with the football. Do think there's going to be some opportunities here in the second half for him to use his legs, and I think if BYU wants to, they need to really try to commit to that run game as much as they possibly can.
But Wilson will throw it here in the first play of the second half, surveying the field, everybody covered, and now throws it away. Here's Tom.
Well, guys, coming off of the first half, I think we all agreed that BYU is going to have to adjust their plan on defense. And talking to Kalani Sitake, he said, listen, that doesn't look like the air raid to me. He goes, if they're having to run it, I know they don't want to run it. So that's fine with me. We just got to play off blocks better, but we cannot give up explosive plays. So that's not the air raid as I see it.
BYU actually averaged more yards a carry than SC did on the ground in that first half. And great move there at the second level by Tyson Williams, picking up 11 yards for the grad transfer from South Carolina.
It's a beautiful job on the zone read, trying to read Connor Murphy, number 90, the end man on the line of scrimmage. He chases, but too late as Tyson Williams presses that whole play side. Tyson Williams done a really nice job the last 4 quarters of work against Tennessee and here today against SC.
Wilson sacked. Dropped by Hunter Echols at the 29 for a big loss.
Just a whiff off the right-hand side. You're going to see pressure. And the right guard, Tristan Hogue, just misses. As Echols gives him a little run right around. And drops Wilson for a loss. Blitzing the quarterback's throwing arm. It's tough in a spot like that for Wilson.
Second sack for SC today. Back to the ground game. Asupa. He gets grabbed by Tui Pilotu. This is the pronunciation guide bowl. How come you and Tom aren't doing this? How come you guys just can call out the right guard?
We're very proud of you, Dave.
The three technique.
You're carrying us.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Pat on the back to you.
At least we've got Wilson as the quarterback's name for BYU.
No, we're going to change his name after this play.
Third down and 12. Wilson climbing the pocket and incomplete. May have been tipped by Peely. It's fourth down. At least Peely is celebrating as if he tipped it.
Yeah, he definitely gets it. He's going to be right here, lined up on the right side, and he kind of drifts back. He says, I'm not going to get home, so I'll just throw my hands up as best I can. No. Little Dikembe Mutombo shaking his finger after the nice deflection. Seen a few of those from the defensive lines of both teams today.
Oldroyd will punt again, and USC likes to have two guys back on punt returns. St. Brown is about 15 yards in front of Vaughns. And this is a crusher. Wow. And it's muffed and then scooped up by Vaughns, and he gets swarmed. Back at the 15-yard line. Algiers' helmet came off. It's a negative 4-yard return after a 52-yard boot. Malapei turning it upfield on first down with a big run, breaking tackles, and ran into his own guy that time. Kowaliku on the stop. Pittman actually looked like he was getting blocked, and that slowed down Malapei. Otherwise, he might be out the gate.
Yeah, talking to Graham Harrell, the offensive coordinator, he said, look, this offense, we don't run it a ton because we've never had a back that could carry it 30 times. Malapei might be the first guy ever in a true air raid system that can really shoulder the load, and you got to think he's going to get a heavy dose in the second half with how he finished the first half and how BYU had been aligning in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, Greg, count the numbers in the box right now. I mean, they're making it easy for him.
They're short. That's a run look all day.
Malapei again, and he's grabbed by Fanua. Stopped short of the line to gain, so it will be third down and a couple here for USC.
The box looks good enough to run, and there's only 4 guys in the box defensively expect to run from USC.
Yep, Malapei, and it's going to be close. They mark him short. The ball did not get to the 41. Zach Daw, who's a 2-time high school state wrestling champ in Utah, was able to grab a hold of the running back and pin him. SC keeping its offense on the field, and then Clay Helton says, nope, get the special teams unit out there to punt it away.
Great job by this BYU front, because numbers-wise would certainly tell you run all day long, and it should be out the gate just given the numbers advantage that you have offensively. See the knee down, ball clearly short of the line to gain. The yellow line is not official, but looks like a good spot from the officials.
It hangs in the air forever, and the fair catch made around the 13 by Hifo. BYU ball in a tie game as Hifo had trouble holding onto the ball. Still able to get back to the line of scrimmage and get maybe a yard, but that was awkward. He lost the handle as he was coming over here, and
it looked like on a jet sweep they were actually trying to slow Hifo down and throw it back. It looked like potentially, I don't know, the way he stopped and the way the guys moved. It was strange, the handle there between Hifo and Wilson.
Yeah, he just bobbled the ball.
Yeah, I mean, he stopped. It looked like he was trying to throw it or something, and he bobbled it or what, but.
No, he definitely bobbled it, and I think that's why he stopped. Third down and 3 for BYU.
Tempo.
Give to Asupa, and great balance as he was getting tackled. Able to put his hand down, keep his feet alive, and move the sticks.
I like this tempo that they're using. Get that offense into a bit of a rhythm. Maybe take a shot over the top at some point.
Wilson rolling to the right, and that back shoulder throw caught. A flag down to Romney with a great catch. Taylor Stewart blanketing the receiver on that far sideline. It's a first down. Gain of 15 on the play.
Pass interference, number 6. Defense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
I mean, that's an easy call, but still, what a great catch. These BYU receivers, even the linebackers, have made some incredible grabs today. And Wilson on this drive, 3 of 3. They've run it 4 times. Need to get a bit closer for Jake Oldroyd, who missed a 44-yarder earlier. Wilson's pass on target for a first down. Lalu Patuto on the catch. It takes a handful of USC players to get him out of bounds.
Just love the design. You fake the jet sweep left, then he comes back around, and you get a flood to the right side of the field. And you sneak your backup tight end, Patuto, out there, and it's really nicely executed by BYU.
Wilson's got the hot hand. We'll see if they'll let him spin it here on first down. It's an option, and USC reads it well. Broken tackle, though, and Williams able to get maybe a yard of play. Chase Williams couldn't make the tackle in the backfield for USC.
With USC trying to trigger late, this tempo is really simplifying the coverage and the looks you're getting from the Trojans.
Wilson to the air. Hefo goes down to get it. Rule the catch inside the 10, but short of the line to gain. BYU keeping the pressure on, getting to the line on 3rd down and short.
Nice job by Hefo, and expect to run play inside here on 3rd and short.
There it is with Williams, and Ote makes the play at the point of attack. Well done by the 250-pound sophomore linebacker from Las Vegas. And Kalani Sitake made his mind up quickly. He's bringing in the field goal unit. Oldroyd, as we mentioned, missed from 44 yards, but made a 23-yarder earlier. You guys agree with this call here, late 3rd?
Yeah, but they're going with that same play, the same formation.
You're right.
Let's see if they have a wrinkle off of it. They've run it twice now. One time successfully, one time not. Let's see if they can do something off of it.
Nope. Gowolaku gets the call again, trying to muscle his way past the line to gain, and it looks like he did. Although one official is to the right side of that yellow line. Let's see where they put the ball down.
Wow.
It's really close. Kanai Mauga was the first man for USC to greet the runner Gowolaku.
Man, there's a lot of bodies. It's really tough to tell from that angle.
Talk about knowing what's coming, Greg.
Correct.
Oh,
and knowing what's coming and learning to like it. Gowolaku, just hard to see where he's down.
Right. And you saw one official at the top of the screen. He was on the first down side of the line to gain. The linesman on this side, he was short, and he is short. USC ball. Sitake not happy with the spot. Meanwhile, SC backed up on its 8-yard line. Slovis, the true freshman quarterback, with a shovel pass to Carr. And Carr is up to the first down line at the 18 before he's brought down by Fanua.
And that's a play I thought they might run a little earlier on 3rd and long because of the width that you're seeing right now from the defensive line of BYU. That shovel pass oftentimes will draw the pass rush vertically, and you can just dump it to your running back underneath for an easy completion and a nice gain.
Slovis, who settled down after those 2 interceptions early on, gives to Carr here. And he leaps out to the 22-yard line. 2nd down rather, coming up here for USC. Closing moments of the 3rd quarter in a tie game. Trojans have a quick turnaround. They get Utah at home on Friday. BYU hosts Washington next Saturday.
Space to run the ball if they wanted to up to that.
Slovis, little pressure, and Slovis going to keep it here. Wrapped up at the 28-yard line by Wilgar, close to the line to gain. They spot him just short. It'll be 3rd down when we start The final quarter after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Here's Max Slovis, Kedon's father, who is a math teacher at a middle school in the Phoenix area. Also Kedon's mom, Lisa, a middle school teacher in Arizona. First road trip for the Slovis family, with Kedon making a second career start. 18-year-old true freshman handing it off in 3rd and 1, and it is Marquis Step getting the first down.
Kedon Slovis hasn't had his best stuff today. He's made a couple bad decisions, predetermining where he's going with the football. Those interceptions were big, but he's bounced back. He's been accurate on the underneath throws and has made better decisions here in the last 2 quarters after what was a bit of a rocky start.
Well, they've changed the play calling. He threw it only 1 time in the 3rd quarter. They'll throw it here, and Pittman's got it for a first down for USC. Out near the 44-yard line. That looked like the Slovis of the initial drive.
And they've been running the ball really effectively, as SC has for the most part here in the second half. So that's going to open up some of those slant opportunities with the RPO game. Expect to get more isolations outside and then to get it to their talented wide receivers.
Malapei breaks a tackle, and then a vicious takedown at the 48-yard line by Gowoliku. Malapei shaken up. You could understand why.
I tell you, Greg, it makes you wonder, though, are we on the verge of them taking a shot? You know, Amon-Ra St. Brown, number 8, who's playing in the slot. You know, are we going to see a shot at some point? Because I don't think they've threatened BYU downfield very much today, and they haven't had to because of the run game.
No, they haven't. I would expect a run play here, but
Slovis will throw. Instead, it is caught but short of the line to gain. It's Michael Pittman Jr. making the catch. So 3rd down, they're in BYU territory with about 2 yards to go.
There's another one of those RPOs. I mean, run play with a little tag, quick out. Got to think they're going to try to go with another little quick out off the run fake again, because those RPOs are starting to give a little for him.
Slovis pass to the sideline. Vaughns, with a lot of cushion given by Gallo, gets the first down.
Well, that's a long throw.
Really long throw. And Tom, to your point, this right here, fresh set of downs, plus 41-yard line. This would be the spot where I'd think about maybe taking the top off the defense. SC has rocked them to sleep with the run game and the quick RPO game. This might be a spot where I go heavy play action and try to hit one of my speedsters down the field.
Here's a ball to the end zone for Pittman. Oh, he caught it! Pittman caught it with Gowoliku all over him. And let's see what they're ruling here. A penalty marker is thrown. I think the receiver went out of bounds and came back in on his own, was pushed out, or wasn't pushed out, rather, came back in on his own, and that's why the field judge took his hat off and why they didn't call it a touchdown.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown.
That was the biggest thing. He had to reestablish himself in bounds. That was the key, and that's what I think they were looking at. It was clear to me that he got forced out. It was clear to me that he was out of bounds, but did he reestablish himself in bounds before catching the touchdown pass? There he's out. Right there, he's reestablished.
Right.
There he catches it.
You see the 1 foot, the left foot down there to reestablish before the ball arrives.
Correct. Difficult sequence for the officials. Good job getting it correct.
Extra point is good, and USC is back in front with 10:45 to go in Provo. Second touchdown catch for Pittman today. It was 17-10 BYU early in the second quarter. The Cougars have not scored since, so see how Zach Wilson does on this next possession when he needs something to happen. This will be a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. It's an entertaining first half, but offensively we have not had much since early on in the second quarter. But Slovis with a terrific last possession, hitting Pittman for a touchdown to give USC the lead 24-17. Zach Wilson has protected the ball much better than he had in the previous 2 games. And he's ignited something on this possession. They're near midfield with a fresh set of downs. Emmanuel Asupa is in the game at tailback. That is Simon in motion. Wilson to the air. He's going to check it down to Simon out in space. And he's into SC territory. Still going past the 30. Great balance before he finally falls out of bounds inside the 25.
Trying to get a shot play off the timeout. Nothing there downfield. Very wise of Zach Wilson to just check it down. Get it to Simon. He's really playing good football these last couple weeks. Good job of getting upfield for the big play.
They get 30 yards there. Here's a quick pitch to Asupa around the end. And a beautiful jump cut there by Asupa, the senior from Prairie View, Texas, who's carried it more today than he had in the previous 2 games combined. Second and short.
And in this part of the field, you have to think that BYU is likely just going to keep it on the ground. SC a little worn out defensively. The way BYU's running it, I think they keep doing it.
Asupa again. He gets pinned by Caleb Tremblay at the 15. Third down coming up.
I like the situation here on the left hash with a right-handed quarterback that's very athletic. I like the idea of getting Zach Wilson out on the perimeter. Move him to his right. Give him a run-pass option. So if nothing's there in the passing game, he can use his legs and pick it up himself.
Third down and 3. Williams going to get hit for a loss by John Houston. So it's 4th down and 3, and BYU says there's 8:46, a lot of time left. Let's go for 3 rather than go for it on 4th down. You like that decision?
I do, especially when it's 2+ yards. I mean, this is a tough down and distance to convert. So you're down here, you put together a nice drive, a nice response. You want to make sure you leave the field offensively with some points. So I completely agree with what Kalani Sitake decided to do by running his field goal unit on.
32-yard try for Oldroyd. And he splits the uprights. Plenty of time left. BYU with its first points of the second half. Here in Provo on an absolutely spectacular Saturday afternoon. On the heels of the Wasatch Mountains here at LaVell Edwards Stadium. Temperatures in the mid-80s at about 5,000 feet here in Provo. Bayless Jones, very dangerous. Got a kickoff return for a touchdown. Electing to return this one. Breaks 1 tackle. If he would have gotten out of that ankle tackle, he might have had a lot of yards. Instead down at the 26. Slovis hands it off, and Carr is going nowhere. Got maybe a yard. Thule been all over the place today. BYU has played a lot of this game without one of their best defensive players, Zane Anderson, and they have hung in there.
Thule's been excellent. He's been the defender for BYU, but they're asking to play both the pass and the run. It's been a lot on number 31's shoulders today, but he's responded beautifully. Made a bunch of plays for the Cougar defense.
Again, first road start for Slovis. He's never seen an environment like this. The true freshman giving it to Step to try to give him some breathing room, and he fumbled the ball at the 14-yard line. USC has already turned it over twice inside its 30-yard line. No signal yet from the officials. And it looks like USC got it back. Yep, 3rd down as Step recovered his own cough up.
And you see big number 91, Tuioti Mariner, getting a big arm on that football, jarring it loose. If I'm quarterback, Kedon Slovis, I got to be really smart with the football. And if I'm the offensive coordinator, I might get conservative. Run the football, live to play another down. Don't try to get too adventurous knowing that you've turned the ball over in this part of the field already today.
Slovis will throw, and the pass is on target, but out of bounds. Was Pittman incomplete. 4th down.
Just a little speed out. Really close. See the ball secured. Were his feet on the ground or was he aerial? The whole way, really tough to tell from that point.
So SC will punt from its goal line. Now they have a redshirt freshman punter. So this is his first go-around, but he is 27 years old. He'll be 28 on Tuesday. Played 8 years of Australian rules football. He's had a good day today. He's got a very strong leg, but he's kicking right in front of that BYU student section. Hefo is under it, and the fair catch made around the 47-yard line. down 4, but they've got possession near midfield. Zach Wilson has completed his last 8 passes. He'll throw it here on first down. Pressure up the middle. Wilson gets away from trouble. Oh, wide open receiver. It's caught inside the 20 by Romney. That was Manziel Lake. 35 yards.
That was Johnny football all day long. And how about Romney? That ball sat up in the air forever. Good job tracking it. Bringing it down.
They pitch it to Asupa here on the run. Upended at the line of scrimmage.
Wilson, I mean, he just has unbelievable instincts. I mean, there's a good pass rush from SC. He just is able to escape it, move around, get vertical north and south, threaten the line of scrimmage, and find a wide receiver that gets lost in the secondary on the scramble drill. It's a big play by Zach Wilson, who is playing extremely well here late in this ballgame.
Out of an empty set here. It's a design quarterback run for Wilson. Straight ahead. First down and touchdown. BYU has the lead again. There is something about this kid, Zach Wilson. We saw it last week against Tennessee. BYU fans saw it as a true freshman all last year. So they move it 5 yards back on the penalty, but Oldroyd still nails it, and the Cougars lead by 3.
A man coverage from the USC Trojans. Look at the eyes of these defenders. You're going to see those guys looking in the backfield, and there's only 5 guys up front and nobody home in the middle of the defense. For Zach Wilson, who takes the quarterback draw to pay dirt. Really great play against man coverage. When you have man coverage, those defenders' eyes, they're on the receivers that they're covering. Therefore, they're not sure what's going on in the backfield. They have 5 for 5 up front, hat on a hat, and a lot of space for their quarterback to work as his parents look on.
And I think we're going to be talking a lot about Zach Wilson for the next couple of years, as well as the quarterback for USC, Kedon Slovis, who you see there, and we'll see momentarily to find out what he can do in his first road test as an 18-year-old. Here's Jones from the 2. He can get outside. He's got great speed. Instead, he runs into a wall at the 22-yard line and shoved out of bounds. Austin Lee made the hit for Kedon Slovis, who became the starter when JT Daniels tore his ACL in the opener late in the first half against Fresno State. The 18-year-old played at Desert Mountain High School, where Hall of Fame Burt Warner was his offensive coordinator. And they're going to let Slovis throw it here, and it's a strike for a first down to Tyler Vaughns. Out to the 36-yard line, a pickup of 14.
I like the idea early. They've been running it on first and second down with some efficiency. Fake the run play inside. Hit that in-breaking route for a nice gain to get the drive started.
Going to run it here. Malapei able to get to the 39. Think about it. Slovis, has the 2 picks and almost a third, but he's got 12 incompletions in 2 games. And given the fact that he was thrust into the starting lineup when he was in high school, he didn't play the first 2 years. He didn't have a great record there. A lot of teams caught on to him late. Ended up at USC. Beat out a couple of guys for the backup job, but it's his team now. They keep it on the ground with Malapei. Bring up third down as he's short by a couple.
I tell you what, he responded, Greg. You're on the road. You got bad field position. It's loud, and he didn't go in the tank.
He's got ice water in his veins, that's for sure. Responded beautifully in adverse circumstances, but on third and short, I think they probably lean towards the run game here with how they're running it.
Yep, Malapei drilled in the backfield and taken down. Kairos Tonga and Kavika Fanua were both in the backfield on the snap.
Man, it's unbelievable. This has been a matchup that has been dominated so far by BYU. I mean, Tonga, he's led block on touchdowns. He's made tackles in the backfield. He's been unblockable. They're in the middle of that defense.
SC going for it on fourth down. What do you think here?
I would
run it, but I would try to get it on the perimeter as opposed to running right at big number 95.
They have Marquis Step in, and he gets the carry and the first down. Step is their power back. He's 235 pounds. Only had 3 carries coming into today. Played 4 games last year, but then they took advantage of that redshirt rule. So he's technically a freshman, and he gets the first down.
Yeah, and that's the way they're going to have to run it. If you run it right to the middle of the defense, it's going to be really tough. You have to start the stretch wide and allow your running back to adjust to the flow defensively.
Slovis had a little trouble with a snap. Boy, Vaughn's wide open. Gets rid of one defender and then finally knocked down by Heron. And he'll be a yard short of the line to gain, but they're at the 42 now of BYU. Chase McGrath's career long is 51, the kicker for SC, so that would tell you got to get to about the 35 to have a shot. Nearing 3 minutes to go. Step running left, upended, but he flies past the line to gain to get the first down. There is the sophomore kicker from Newport Beach who injured his knee in the 3rd game last year. After 2 years ago, he was the hero against Texas, kicked the game winner. Got hurt last year. Will he get a shot to tie this thing up? Will USC need Chase McGrath? A lot of time on the clock. And a fresh set of downs inside the 40 of BYU. Another run play. Step is mauled. No gain. Gawoliku there first.
Yeah, BYU is just daring USC to run the football. With how they're aligned, they only have 5 defensive players between the tackles, which in this offense is all about numbers. That would lead USC to hand the football off. They're just rallying and waiting on the perimeter. These receivers for SC haven't done a great job blocking all day today.
Carr is in the backfield now. Nearing 2 minutes to play. Slovis with a long throw, overshoots Vaughns. He tried to go at Dimitri Gallo again, who's got turned around a couple times, but the pass was errant, 3rd and 10.
And one of the few inaccurates we've seen on the short game from Kedon Slovis today. 2 downs to get it, obviously, in this spot of the field.
Well, Greg, do you think about a run at all to try to give your kicker a better chance?
It depends on the numbers defensively. If you like the numbers defensively, and you feel like you have a chance at it, I have no problem running the football. And the numbers look pretty good for the Trojans if they want to keep it on the ground here with their tailback.
Slovis will throw here on 3rd and 5, going over the middle, broken up, tipped a couple times, and then incomplete. Almost intercepted. Chaz Ayu couldn't come down with what might have sealed a win for BYU.
It was a good throw by Slovis. It looked like Gawoliku was there just a little bit early. See that right hand hit the arm of Pittman. Now they'll bring out McGrath for what was a nice pass breakup defensively by BYU.
51-yard field goal 2 years ago against Arizona State. This is a 52-yard attempt to tie the game with 1:48 to go. And McGrath buries it to tie the game, 27 all. A career-long 52-yarder for the young man that missed almost all of last year due to injury.
Perfect snap, perfect hold, laces out, right down the middle. Ice water in your veins.
He hammered that thing,
He
right?
killed it. That would have been good from 63.
Yeah.
See the reaction from the 2 head coaches. 1:43 remaining. Michael Brown kicking it deep. Cato and Algier are downfield. And they're going to let this one go. It will come out to the 25. Now you're operating from inside your 20. Wilson's going to throw it to the sideline to get back near the original line of scrimmage. Shumway with the catch. The reason that was called an illegal block is because it took place more than 5 yards downfield. Right. Clock is at 1:28. 1 timeout left for BYU. 2nd down and about 10. Lupini Cato is in the game. He's a good receiver out of the backfield. Might be why he's in there. And right on cue makes the catch, but went to the ground. I don't know if he's just trying to get out of bounds or what, but maybe slipped down at the 30-yard line. Third down coming up.
Ball was a little low. Toa tried to go down there and grab it. Wasn't able to maintain his balance. He is the third down back, and he's an option in the passing game, that's for sure. Here, a critical third down, too, as you're in danger of potentially giving it back to SC with multiple timeouts with decent field position. You got to look in the direction of Hifo. Hifo's been playing well this drive. Let's see if they look his way.
Wilson in trouble, and he's got 3 Trojans tracking him. Wilson pointing downfield. He's going to run, and he gets hit. He's awfully close to the first down at the 34-yard line. He was back around his 5 with 3 USC players chasing him. And they're going to spot him short. It is 4th down. Tyler Vaughns is deep. Oldroyd to boot it away. Right at Vaughns. He signals for the fair catch. So the clock is at 46 seconds. USC has a timeout. And as you just pointed out, we just saw a 52-yarder by McGrath. It would have been good from another 5 or 10 yards. So you need to get to around the 35 or 40-yard line.
I want to get too aggressive backed up.
Almost like you play for overtime now. Back inside your 10. Malapaya, they'll bust a good run. Still going. And brought down at the 25. The clock will stop as they reset the chains. But check that. He didn't get the first down. So the clock is moving. USC has a timeout. 20 seconds and counting.
If I'm SC, I mean, they could snap it potentially. BYU's not a line.
But they're just going to run Malapaya, and he's tackled back at the 19-yard line. BYU call a timeout here? Yeah. Make USC snap it one more time. Never know.
Well, this BYU team is really, really tough. They've done a nice job with the coaching staff as well.
Malapaya just trying to hold on to the ball here on third down. BYU's out of timeouts, and we are going to overtime. 27 apiece. More to come from Provo. Here's the records in OT for both teams. SC's last win was 2 years ago against Texas. In that game, Chase McGrath hit the game winner. BYU's ball first, and they faked the reverse. This play worked in the first half, but not here as John Houston chases down Tyson Williams.
They ran the exact same play in overtime, but they threw the reverse last week. So they're pulling out all the stops. And a nice job by Houston, not being tricked by the reverse potential, chasing it down for a short gain.
Third tackle here, the line of scrimmage for Houston. Smith takes off and is sacked. Drake, Jackson, Marlin, Tui Pelotu on the takedown. It is 3rd and long.
And there haven't been a ton of 3rd and long so far for Zach Wilson throughout this game. They really haven't utilized their stars offensively. Their 2 best players offensively are Olivet Hifo, their slot receiver, and Matt Bushman, their tight end. If they get a heavy dose of man coverage here, which is what USC has done primarily in 3rd down and obvious passing situations, those would be the 2 guys I'd try to identify in the pass game.
That's Hifo in motion. Back to pass goes Wilson, and he's going to the end zone. Knocked away by Taylor Stewart. Intended for Micah Simon. 4th down.
It's a really nice play by Taylor Stewart. Late hands, good tight coverage. Try to hit that jet sweep play with the isolation on the outside. The coverage wouldn't allow it. Excellent job by USC's defense, forcing the 3 and out.
Jake Oldroyd missed a 44-yarder earlier today. This is a 43-yard try to get BYU some points here in overtime. And it's good. The Cougars lead it 30-27. USC needs a field goal to tie, a touchdown to win. If they're stopped, BYU takes the victory.
Yeah, great job by Oldroyd. Connecting beautifully and drawing it in there inside the upright because the snap was low. It's a good job corralling it by Livingston, the holder. Beautiful kick by Oldroyd, South Lake Carroll Dragon.
BYU has the lead for now. But SC gets an opportunity from the BYU 25.
tight ends on the field for SC. That's usually a pretty good run tell for them.
Now Lepai running left, and he is brought down in the backfield. Ayu is on the ground, and he still made the hit. He's also shaken up on the play and heads to the BYU sideline.
USC gets in that 2 tight end look. It is primarily to try to create some numbers in the run game. Still in 2 tight end situation, knowing they were stopped short that last time. Maybe you go with the play action or an RPO off a similar look.
2nd down and 11.
Run to the left.
Now Lepai able to break that initial tackle, but then got tripped up at the 21. Little extracurricular activity, but that subsides. So you're looking at 3rd down and 6 now for USC.
In this type of situation, obvious passing down. They've looked in the direction of Michael Pittman throughout most of the second half.
Slovis gonna throw. Zips it. Pass is tipped. If it's picked off, the game is over. It is intercepted. Gowoliku got it for the Cougars. In Provo as they flood the field here at Bell Stadium as they knock off USC in overtime on an interception by Diane Gowoliku. You know it's a great game when the student section gets to run onto the field twice. Check in with Tom.
Well, Coach, while your crowd's going nuts here, describe the performance of your quarterback here this afternoon.
The whole team, man. It was a great game. Hats off to USC. They played a great game. It was awesome to share the field with them. I'm excited about the win. Happy for our fans and our team.
You told me coming out of the locker room at halftime that wasn't the air raid offense. If they're running it, you're happy.
Hey, I played in that offense, you know, so I'm glad that the fans and the team trust us and prepare for these guys. I'm excited we got the win. And you guys should come do next week's game, too.
Yeah, you need us 3 weeks in a row?
Please do it. Let's do it. Good luck. See you. Thank you.
They've got Washington next week. It's going to be on ESPN or ABC. We don't know who's calling it, but we obviously were there last week in Knoxville. As Kalani Sitake celebrates with his players and his outstanding BYU fan base. College football scoreboard is up next. What an outstanding game on a picturesque day here in Provo. For Greg McElroy, Tom Luganville, our entire ABC crew, I'm Dave Pash. Don't forget, the #1 team in the country, Clemson, is coming up, taking on Syracuse on ABC next. 30-27, BYU wins in overtime. I'm Dave Pash. So long. Kevin Agandi, take it away.